If I could only pick one favorite product from each of my favorite skincare brands, these are the 13 products that I would pick. Now this was very challenging, let me tell you, because I have a lot of favorite products from my favorite skincare brands, but if you only could pick one, which one would it be? I encourage you to try the same thing. It's really hard. Now, I have a lot of favorite brands in general that I may not be sharing in today's video. It doesn't mean that I don't love those anymore. I still do, but these are the brands that I am currently using right now. So if I could only pick one product from these current brands, then of course these are the ones that I would pick. So let's have some fun. Of course, these products are going to be linked below for you for your reference, including discount codes, the makeup that I am wearing, and so on. So let's get right into that first brand. So the first brand that I'm going to be talking about today is by Cocokind, one of my favorite drugstore brands. If you haven't tried anything from Cocokind before, I really do encourage you to have a look at what they offer. Their formulations are very luxurious. I feel like they are very high-end in terms of the ingredients they use and the way that they feel on the skin. And I feel like Cocokind is really underrated. So I have a few favorites, but if I could only pick one, then I would pick the Ceramide Barrier Serum. This is great if you have a compromised skin barrier. If your skin is sensitive, it feels irritated, you're lacking hydration, this really is wonderful to use every day, twice a day, or you can use this when you need it. So I like to use this a lot in my evening skincare routine when I'm using tretinoin, because again, I just feel like it keeps my skin barrier nice and strong, it keeps it hydrated, and I really love the texture of this. It's like that milky serum. It spreads so nicely across your skin, and your skin just feels so hydrated when you have this on. It really is lovely. So there's multiple different types of ceramides in here. There is squalene and there's also beta glucan. So if you're looking for a serum for hydration and to repair and strengthen your skin barrier, then I highly recommend this. This is also great as a just in case. So let's say your skin is generally good and normal and you don't have any issues with irritation or sensitivities. This is good to have on hand as a just in case, because you never know how our skin is going to react to skincare products, right? Especially active ingredients. So this would be a wonderful serum to have in your collection in case you need it. The next brand is Byoma, and this is the moisturizing gel cream. I do like a few others from this brand, and I haven't tried the entire brand yet, but from the ones that I have used, I really love this one. This one stands out the most. This formula is so lightweight, but it's really moisturizing, perfect for all skin types. I do have combination skin for reference, and so when my skin is at its oiliest, this is great, but also when my skin is dry and when it's flaky, this also performs really well. So this one actually reminds me of the CeraVe PM facial lotion, where it has the same texture, but I feel like this is more moisturizing. So this one also has the ceramides and the niacinamide, no different than the CeraVe, but this one has green tea, which is an antioxidant. And I just love this formula. I like the packaging, I like the way that it performs underneath my sunscreen and makeup, and it just keeps my skin comfortable for the entire day or at night. But I mainly like to use this in my morning routine. The next brand is DRMTLGY, and I have a lot of favorites from this brand. You guys know that. I love the needleless serum, I love the Daydream moisturizer, the under eye gel patches. There are many products from this brand that I love. But the one product that I am using the most right now in my skincare routine is the Advanced Neck Cream. I really love this. This keeps my neck super soft. Also, this really helps to keep it well moisturized. And using products that we tolerate well too on our neck and chest is so important. We need to be treating these areas as well. No different than our face, but the neck area has less oil glands than our face. So we do need to be cautious on what we put there, because sometimes irritation can happen, and my neck is very sensitive to a lot of active ingredients. So So either I'm using a retinol that I tolerate well to, or I am using a neck cream or some type of product that contains peptides, because peptides really help to address signs of aging. They soften fine lines, they firm the skin, and they can also help to build new collagen as well. So peptides are really great to use on your neck. Now this one has your ceramides in it, so again it's going to strengthen and repair the skin, but also we have 4 peptides in here as well. And I always love the way that my neck looks every time I use this. It keeps it well moisturized and it just looks more youthful. So I will use this twice a day sometimes, or just once a day, and it's very lightweight and I just love it. So I would have to say this would be the product that I would pick from DRMTLGY as of right now. The next brand is Summer Fridays, and there are 2 products right now that I am using the most. One of them is the Shade Drops Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Mineral Milk Sunscreen. I recently shared that in my sunscreen video. If you haven't seen it, I will leave that video below for you. And the other product is the Jet Lag Mask. And I decided to pick this one because I use this quite a bit in my weekly skincare routines. And this is so moisturizing. I'm telling you, if you have dry skin, you have tightness, you have irritation, you just need additional moisture, pick up this. This really is great. So this is a leave-on mask, and I like to use this 2 different ways. I like to use this on its own in replacement of moisturizer, and I will also pair this up with a moisturizer if my skin really needs that moisture. And when your skin needs some TLC, this really is a great product to use. Also, I will even use the Cocokind Barrier Serum with this, and when I do that, oh my goodness, my skin just feels incredible. So I like to use this more at nighttime. I don't generally use this in my morning routine because it is quite thick and rich, and it can be a little greasy on the skin. So I like to use this at nighttime, even on top of tretinoin. I use this with copper peptides sometimes, maybe with lactic acid. You can use this with anything. So there's niacinamide, there's glycerin, there's hyaluronic acid, also there's additional ingredients that are fabulous as well. This is now fragrance free if you didn't know. I think their old formula had peppermint oil. This one does not have any fragrance, and it's wonderful. The next brand is the Inkey List, and I picked the polyglutamic acid. Now, I don't talk about this a lot, and this is a very underrated product that I feel nobody talks about, and if you love hyaluronic acid, then you are going to love this, because this is very similar to hyaluronic acid, but polyglutamic acid holds on to 4 times more moisture than hyaluronic acid. So if you are looking for that serum that is really hydrating and plumping, but also something that acts as a sealant to lock in the hydration from your other serums, your essence, your facial mist, then this is great to use every day, twice a day. You want to use this as the very last serum in your skincare routine before your moisturizer and your sunscreen. This is basically going to lock in the hydration from your serums, like I said, but the texture of this is thicker than a watery serum. It does have that thickness to it, but I've never experienced peeling with this. Again, I get the most beautiful plumped look to my skin. It looks bouncy, it looks juicy, and I'm all about that. So this is a wonderful product from the Inkey List if you haven't used it already. And again, if you're looking for something similar to hyaluronic acid, then this would be it. The next brand is NIOD. Now, I had one heck of a time picking just one product because I have a lot of favorites, and the one product that I came up with is the Fractionated Eye Contour Concentrate. And the reason why I chose this one over my other favorites is because there really is nothing like this on the market. This truly is one of a kind. I haven't found a dupe to this as of yet. The ingredient list is so impressive. Perfect for signs of aging. If you have texture, you have discoloration, puffiness, this really does it all. So there's niacinamide in here for discoloration. There are several types of peptides for fine lines to address your crow's feet. It really helps to firm the skin and tighten. There's ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. There is Ruscus aculeatus, and this ingredient helps to depuff. And I'm telling you, this serum really does. I wake up puffy almost every morning, and I I always use this when I'm super puffy and it never disappoints. So I will use this twice a day sometimes, or at least once a day. This is always in my skincare routine. But this also has other antioxidants as well. There's AHA and the list goes on. So if you are looking for a good anti-aging eye serum, something that you can use every day, twice a day, I really do recommend this one. The texture is very thin and lightweight, but it's also very hydrating, and I do feel like this is quite plumping as well. So this really is my favorite from NIOD. The Ordinary is the next brand, and this was also very challenging, but I decided on the Buffet plus Copper Peptides 1%. I feel like for those that have been watching me for a while, you're probably thinking, she is going to say the amino acids plus B5, and honestly, I really wanted to include that in this video. It really was between that, this one, or the resveratrol. But then there's pycnogenol as well. Like, there are so many great products from The Ordinary, but I felt like this was the best pick because this is amazing for signs of aging, great for prevention. It really does help to firm the skin, and it really helps to address fine lines. And I just really love this formula so much because it has a lot of peptides in here. So this is very similar to the Ordinary multi-peptide plus hyaluronic acid serum, but this one has that additional copper peptide ingredient. And I just feel like when you're using a peptide serum with that copper ingredient, it really takes your skincare to the next level. I've always said that to you guys, and I stand by that. It really does make the biggest difference when you have that copper ingredient. So I do love this one so much, which is why I'm sharing it. But the one from NIOD, the Copper Amino White Slate Serum, that one is also fabulous as well. So depending on what brand you like, that one is also lovely. Now, I do feel like this one is a little bit more hydrating than the NIOD one. So this one is your true hyaluronic acid type of texture where it's jelly and it's blue in color, and it just gives your skin this nice plumper look as well. It spreads so nicely, and I've never had an issue with peeling either. So this is a serum that I sometimes use every day, twice a day, but I love it for my morning routine. The next brand is Glow Recipe, and I chose the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. I love niacinamide because it does so many wonderful things, but I love this formulation. This will give your skin that dewy, glowy complexion, and it actually acts as a makeup primer as well, so you can use this several different ways. You can use this before your foundation, you can mix a few drops of this into your foundation, but then of course you can just use this in your skincare routine, and it's amazing. So niacinamide is great if you have dark spots, you have post-acne marks, great if you're oily, if you're acne prone, but then of course if you have dry skin, niacinamide is wonderful as well, and it actually prevents transepidermal water loss. So this is a very plumping formula, but you will get that dewy, glowing complexion. It doesn't dry down matte, so if you don't like that finish, then you probably won't like this either. And there is a little bit of a tacky feel with this as well, which is why this works great as a makeup primer, because your foundation and your makeup just grips on top of this so nicely. So I like to use this more so in my morning routine, but I have used this many times at nighttime, and it works just as good. The smell is incredible, so if you are sensitive to fragrance, you may not like this, but I really love this formula, and this really is one of the best products from Glow Recipe in my opinion. The next brand is Dr. Dennis Gross, and I have one product right now that I am absolutely obsessed with. So this really is my favorite from this brand. This is the Derm Infusions Fill Plus Repair Serum, and I recently talked about this in my peptide serum video where I shared all of my favorite peptides. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to leave it below for you as well as up here. So this has 4 types of peptides, but it has niacinamide as well. There are ceramides in here, there are AHAs, mandelic and glycolic acid, there's green tea, and the list goes on. There are so many amazing ingredients in here that will target a lot of skin concerns. So this is great for anti-aging, great to repair and strengthen your skin barrier. It hydrates, it plumps, it exfoliates, it does it all, which is why I love this. And when I was talking about this in that video, I said to you guys that the first few days that I started using this serum, I noticed that the texture on my skin was completely diminished. It was wiped out. So this really does a good job to give your skin that smooth, soft canvas. And so when you have skin that is soft without any texture, of course, your makeup goes on better. Your tinted sunscreens are going to look nicer on your skin. Everything is going to be more improved. And then of course, your skincare products in general are going to absorb better into your skin as well. So I absolutely love this. I'm obsessed. I've been using this a lot lately. And so if you're looking for a product like this, this really is one to look into. This is worth the money. Timeless is the next brand, and of course I chose the 20% vitamin C serum. They do have other fabulous products as well, but I find myself using this product the most. And I love vitamin C serums, especially at a 20% concentration. So this is ascorbic acid, the purest form. There's also vitamin E in here and ferulic acid, and I like to use this more so in my morning routine, and this does a fabulous job to brighten up your complexion. It helps to fade dark spots, post-acne marks, it treats fine lines, but it also protects our skin from free radicals. This texture is like water, so your skin absorbs it so nicely. It spreads like a dream as well. I will do about 2 to 3 pumps of this, maybe 4, depending on how I feel. I do bring this down my neck and my chest, and I just absolutely love this formula. This is also very similar to the SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic, but this is way more affordable, and you know what? This is just as good. And I do have a discount code for you guys as well if you wish to purchase this or anything else from Timeless. They do have a 10% option, which is great, but like I said, I love the 20 because I feel like it works the best. Drunk Elephant is the next brand, and I do like a lot of products from this brand, especially their hair care products, their body care products, but this video is skincare, so I'm not going to be talking about hair. But when it comes to the skincare category, you know, their vitamin C serum is amazing. They have so many wonderful products, and this brand works so well on my skin. I just love it. But the one product that I had to pick is the Proteini Polypeptide Cream, and the reason being is because I've been using this one the most as of late, and I'm really impressed with this. Honestly, this has been a favorite for a really long time. I used to talk about this when I first started my YouTube channel, and then I took a break from it because, you know, you get using other things, but I am back using this again, and I just love it. The texture is so thin and lightweight, but it's so moisturizing, great for all skin types. There are 9 types of peptides in here, and of course there are other additional ingredients that are great to keep the skin moisturized as well. So I feel like this really is one of the best from Drunk Elephant. Although I would have liked to have mentioned more, this is the one that I feel is my favorite at this moment. Paula's Choice is up next, and this was a very difficult brand to pick as well because I love their peptide serum, their sunscreen, their vitamin C serum, their azelaic acid. There are so many great products, but the one that I use the most right now is the 1% retinol treatment, and this really is one of my favorites from this brand. And because I use it so much, that's why I'm picking it. So I use this on my neck and chest because I don't use tretinoin in this area. My neck is just so sensitive to tretinoin, so I keep tretinoin for the face, but this for my neck and chest, and sometimes on the backs of my hands. This formula is exceptional. It's very moisturizing. It does help to soften fine lines, and it does give a brighter look to the skin as well. It also contains vitamin C, peptides, and my skin tolerates so well to this. Now, of course, if you don't use tretinoin, but you're looking for a retinol for your face, this can be used for the face as well, and it's exceptional. I have used this on my face many times, and I've never had irritation from this either. Of course, we're all different, but my skin really tolerates well to this. So of course I had to include it in this video. The next brand is Tatcha, and I chose the Indigo Overnight Repair Serum in Cream. So this truly has that serum creamy texture, very lightweight, but it's extremely moisturizing and it's very rich. So your skin will have a glow, and you may have that sticky tackiness to your skin. So this really is best for nighttime because of the texture of this, but when your skin needs that moisture, this is wonderful. So I like this because it really helps to tone down on redness. And I do have some redness to my skin naturally, and sometimes when I'm using tretinoin or other active ingredients, sometimes my face can become more rosy. This really helps to tone it down, but it also helps to repair and strengthen the skin barrier while keeping it extremely moisturized. So a little bit goes a long way. You honestly don't need a lot of this product. It spreads like a dream. I do put this on top of tretinoin, and sometimes when I'm using those Dr. Dennis Gross peeling pads, I like using a cream like this on top to really nourish my skin, because sometimes that product can be a little sensitizing. Your skin can become a little rosy, especially from my experience with them, but they work so good. This cream just keeps your skin so comfortable when you're using products like that. Now, if you don't use active ingredients, of course, this is great on its own as well. Whether you have sensitive skin or not, this really is wonderful, and I love the ingredients. So this is my favorite from Tatcha. Of course, I love the dewy facial mist as well. There are some other lovelies, but this really is the best. And the last brand is by Dr. Jart, and this is the Tiger Grass Camo Drops, which also contains an SPF 35. So this is a tinted serum that will help to neutralize redness. So if you have any redness, maybe you have blemishes that is causing some redness, then this really is great to use to neutralize on that and to provide more of that even skin tone. So I like to use this on my no makeup days, something that still evens out my skin tone, especially if I'm running errands, I'm running to the store. This is my go-to, and this provides your skin with that radiant finish. So it looks like your skin, but better with a little bit of a glow. It's not greasy, it's not sticky or tacky. It just looks like your skin, and this blends into my fair skin quite nicely. So if you're looking for a tinted sunscreen or something to help neutralize on redness, this really is great. And if you want more options for non-tinted and tinted options for face sunscreens, have a look at my recent sunscreen video. They're all mineral-based formulas, just so you know, and I will leave that video below for you. But this one has a zinc oxide of 2.9% and a titanium dioxide of 1.9%. I just put 2 to 3, maybe 4 drops all over my face, but I don't put the proper SPF amount, you know, where you put 2 to 3 finger lengths, because I feel like that would be way too much for me. So I actually like to put a non-tinted mineral sunscreen first, put 2 to 3 finger lengths of it, and then just a few drops of this just to even everything out. So those are my favorite products from each of my favorite skincare brands. I hope that you enjoyed this style of content, and hopefully I introduced you to something new today as well. These products are going to be linked below for you, like I said, along with the Dermatology and Timeless 20% off discount codes. Let me know what your favorite brands are and what is truly your favorite product from each one. I challenge you to do this because, again, it was really hard, but it was fun to create this video, and I like to challenge myself as well. It makes me realize what I actually love from each brand, you know? So thank you again so much for watching. I always do appreciate it. And of course, I will see you all in the next video. So take care, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.